Welcome back all. Hope you've had a good week and thank you very much for coming back. Today we're going to talk about my second triathlon and some of my favourite life lessons that helped me get into triathlon and improve. So as you can see, the position and setup has changed actually, and that's due to some feedback that I've asked for from the channel. Not much feedback on the content, more to do with the way I've displayed myself. So the bowl cut apparently is not appropriate for the YouTube forum. Hence that has been eradicated and hopefully won't be seen again on the channel. I can't vouch for that being the case. And second of all, apparently a background of half a clock and a blank wall is not that interesting and not very professional. Therefore, we've moved forward to a cabinet. I hope that's better. Okay, moving on. Life lessons of getting in and helping move into triathlon. So one of my favourite life lessons is the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting different results. Obviously, I'm an engineer, so that is very appropriate to the workplace. But also, in general life, it's applicable. Apply it to anything, and it's applicable. Apply it to triathlon, apply it to running, apply it to your job, apply it to your personal life, apply it to anything, and I think it's really important. So if you're stuck in a rut and doing the same thing over and over again and not getting any enjoyment from it, stop. Don't do it. Just change. Have a go at something else. And you may enjoy it, you may not enjoy it. It really doesn't matter. And moving on from that, do something hard. Test yourself. Put yourself out of your comfort zone. And I think anyone can benefit from that. It's that mentality of giving something a crack. It doesn't have to be perfect. It never will. Perfection doesn't exist. So don't seek it in the first place. You learn by making mistakes, pivoting from them, moving on, and learning from them. And that's how you succeed, and you feel better when you do it. So those are a couple of the cheesy expressions that I love that, I don't know, might be applicable to you at the moment, and if they are, fantastic. If not, just keep them in mind for a period of your life where they might be. Anyhow, enjoy the second triathlon. I'll give a brief run through and then we'll go through the lessons again at the end. Cheers all.
So I arrived at the second triathlon feeling relatively confident compared to the first one. So at the beginning of the swim, I decided to position myself right in the middle, right at the front. This proved to be an absolute disaster, as swimming towards the first buoy, I got completely run over and felt like I was in a washing machine for about 200 metres. It was horrendous. I really struggled to finish that. Just to get to the first buoy, I regathered my thoughts and then slowly made my way to the end of the first lap and actually improved a bit on the second lap. You can see from the stats, 28 strokes per minute again, averaging about 2 minutes per 100 metres. So once again, very similar to that first swim. So from the period from June to September, I didn't actually make any improvements, which is a little disappointing. Onto the bike now. Now you can see that I've actually put on clip-on handlebars, which is about to turn into a bit of a disaster really. So I'm putting my socks on in transition here, being incredibly slow. First thing you'll realise in triathlon, actually trying to put on clothes and socks when you're wet and take off wetsuits is an absolute nightmare. Okay, back to the clip-on handlebars or clip-on aero bars that you're about to see when I'm going to run off with my bike. Now these are an extension that you can add on to the front of a road bike in order to allow yourself to get into a more aerodynamic position, also known as the TT position. Now I'd practiced this once for a 20-minute ride. So I had a very little experience, and it's a completely different way of riding your bike. So as I go out here looking like I have no idea how to run with your bike, run with your bike by holding the seat post, not the handlebars. Just a tip for you there. So I mount the bike here and I don't actually change my watch transition from the swim into bike, and I try and do that on the bike in about 100 meters time whilst I'm in the TT position. I end up falling off, and it was the stupidest thing that I could have done. So I actually started this bike after I got back on the bike. So averaging 30 kilometers an hour, averaged in the last one 31 kilometers an hour. So the TT bars didn't help me whatsoever here. And I think that's because I wasn't in a stronger position as I was in the first race, even with the flat tyres. So a disappointing bike, very similar time to the last one. Okay, finishing off with the run. It was a strange route this. I think it was 4 times out and back on the route that you can see on screen, with a little hill at the far end. Again, a slight improvement here. Managed to run 41 minutes for the 10k. Found a gentleman to run with actually, which was really, really encouraging and helpful. Just paced it off him just over that 4 kilometer mark. 4 minutes per kilometer mark, shall I say? Sorry. And yeah, just disappointing. The run's gone well. The bike was again not what it should be. And the swim, happy to get through. Here's mum videoing me once again, just coming into the finish. So slight improvements were had. A good day out. That's me at the finish, and yeah, thanks for the support crew once again, mum and dad. And that's it really.
Right then, so what can we learn? Right, we learned that going to the front of a swim pack and expecting just to swim off in the front pack with all the other very good swimmers when you are not a swimmer and you have not practiced and you are not able to swim in that front pack is not a good idea. So what do I need to do in order to get there? Well, I need to put in the work and train, because although I went to the pool a couple of times a week, that's not enough in order to swim in these front packs. So I need to respect that, and therefore a long winter ahead to improve my swimming, look at technique, practice in the open water, get comfortable swimming in the open water. But I put myself out there. I went for it. There's nothing wrong with that. I've learned. I've made the mistake, but I've learned from it, and I'm a better person for that. And then, what about the bike? Okay, right. I tried clip-on handlebars on a road bike. What about the size of the road bike? Oh, wait. I got a large. Why did I do that? It doesn't fit. Right, okay. Learn from that. Don't just because I've invested money in that bike doesn't mean that I need to keep it forever. Move on. Right, okay, that was a mistake. Don't stick with it. Adapt, pivot, move on. Okay, so next season we'll see. Did I buy a new bike? Did I downsize? Did I spend some money on myself for the first time? Maybe. Oh, I can tell you now I did, but there we go. Anyhow, see you next time. Looking forward to it. Cheers.